last time in the journeys across Allocke. A group of adventurers, having fought two Umber Hulks now, two of their party members being slain in the process of that battle. Fortunately, a group of Pathfinder Initiative heroes was in the area and just in the nick of time to rescue them all from being totally eviscerated and likely eaten. They brought Luna and Mallorin back to life with revivify spells, restoring your party to its full membership, and escorted you as far as they could back towards the surface to hopefully escape the realms below. On your way up, you encountered this massive outcropping of rock that had fallen into a chasm and wedged itself kind of halfway down this several 100-foot drop from the cliffs that rise up above you from the floor below. Set into that rock was a strange set of ruins, which you explored and found to be the place of origin of Taz's druidic ice powers. Also within, the entire place seemed to be nearly encased in ice, with strange shapes frozen in time within the walls. You guys ended up discovering and recovering a source of power that lets you create some ley magic in a bottle, which seems very potent and very volatile at the same time. After this kind of taking some time and making sure that there wasn't any immediate threats in the area, hearing of a prophecy of the One King, this mysterious being that is rumored to potentially have some devastating effects on the entire world if he were to return, able to bed down for the night and recover after a grueling journey through the realms below. Everybody should be back up to 5 health and 2 momentum at this present moment. You guys awaken within the chamber where this pedestal stands in the center of the room that you were able to interact with and extract this powerful ley of magic from. What do you guys want to do?
I want to look at everybody and be like, the goblin stays on the floor.
Mallorin.
Yes.
You wake up and you're kind of doing your morning routine, and you hear the voice of Zeleneth, your goddess of worship. She comes to you and she says, "You are not safe here. You need to leave as soon as you can. Get your friends and go."
Okay, everyone. My god's telling me we gotta go.
It's good to
We
me.
haven't even figured out if these people were gonna thaw out yet. But if your god says, we might as well go.
Might be the reason we have to go. No.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Time to leave.
So you guys start packing up, and you're glad to leave this place behind. As you descend the stairway out of the chamber with the pedestal and the rune wall, you enter back into the hall where There's the rows and rows of corridors, all frozen solid. Your path is the only one that's still open, leading to the exit. Gonna need everybody to make an awareness check for me.
That's a fail.
Pass.
Wait.
That is a pass.
Oh, hold on. I never mind.
You forgot 1d10 there, sir.
Yeah, that's a fail.
Okay.
Can I just like take the first one and the D8 and call it good?
Yeah, right. Unfortunately, no. As you guys are passing by, Onan, you passed for sure, looks like, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My awareness is 14.
Very nice. You're passing by one particular hallway, and your eye catches something. You look through the ice and see one of the figures. It's basically just a silhouette of a humanoid shape. Doesn't seem to be in the same position as it was when you took your rest last night. It seems like it's, rather than being suspended, it's standing on the floor, arms hanging by its sides.
I'm gonna point that out to the rest of the group.
So Olnan calls out and says, "There's something funny about this shape." As you look away and look back, two glowing eyes, these yellow orbs of light, appear on its face, staring at you through the ice wall.
It's still behind the wall of ice
It is.
currently? Okay.
But as you recognize that this thing is looking at you, you hear a voice echoing almost through the ice in a strange, discordant whisper.
Do we know what it says?
It says, "Free us."
Guys, I don't know about that. Should we?
Yeah.
No.
I'm a little uncertain on that one too.
Yeah, I think we need to go because I think they're freeing themselves, or they'll be free soon enough.
Yeah, I think it's time to leave.
Mallorin,
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Mallorin, you hear in your voice, Zelenith says, "Run."
We need to run, and I start running.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Right behind
curious.
Yep. Agreed. Let's get out of here.
I'm gonna need everybody to make another awareness check for me.
Oh, fuck.
That's a pass.
Nice, nice, nice.
It's the wrong dice to be rolling tonight.
Yes.
Do I need to
Okay.
roll?
Oh, I can.
Yes, please.
Well, that's only.
No, I'm saying, what do I need to? What is this
Oh,
down
awareness.
Oh,
Awareness.
okay. Yeah, I'm good. I passed.
Okay.
I got a
So-
quick question before we
Yes.
go too far. I have Bird, which tells me that when I make an awareness check to survey your surround, is this? Oh, never mind. Never mind.
I would
Gotta answer
let
my own
that count.
questions.
I would let that count
you?
in this scenario, yes.
So that I can re-roll one die.
Yep.
Sorry for being
It's
like
use
that.
one of my durabilities.
Welcome to the party, Jay.
All right, let me get back to that. What die did I? This is even worth me re-rolling. Hold on.
You got a 7 and a 3. Or no, that's not. That's
No, I got an 8 and a 9, and I need a 12. I'd have to roll super low. Did somebody pass? Karoticus passed?
Yeah.
Wait, what are we doing?
Alright, I'm
So
not
did
going to
I.
reroll it since Karoticus
rolling
was
an
a
awareness check.
couple passes.
An awareness check. Alright. I definitely didn't pass. Starting off great.
That's alright.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm on fire tonight
guys-
too.
You guys start rushing down the hall and towards the exit. You go down the stairs. Radicus, you kind of get this sensation that like something's missing. You look behind you and realize that Olnan is stuck, standing 15 feet away from the corridor where the beast is locked in the ice. Olnan, you are trying to push forward with every fiber of your being, but you just simply cannot.
Can I shout out to Leon for him to go grab Olin and carry him out?
I'm willing to do it.
Okay. Is that what you want to try and do, Leon?
Sure. What am I rolling?
We'll make this a might check.
2d10s. You motherfucker.
Oh, is that a critical fail?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Starting off
boy.
strong this night.
I
Fuck.
see. Rolling hot, Jay. Rolling hot. So, Leon, you grab basically like Olnan's arm and start like
Oh.
yanking him forwards. But he's as like you pull and you feel like you're trying to pull him through a brick wall. And Olnan, you lose 3 health.
Holy shit.
This thing is siphoning literally Olnan's life energy out of him.
I'm so sorry.
Olnan, you made a promise and you've got to make good now.
Question. Because I don't remember. Did we get a full rest or no?
Yes.
Okay, good. I need to reset my stuff then.
Can I get remembrance on what the promise Olnan made was?
Nubish alone knows what this is about.
Fuck.
As
I gotta-
you guys are kind of like fighting this thing, it screams out louder. Free us! As it does so, all of the runes inscribed on the floors and ceiling and walls kind of pulse like with blue energy slightly and then recede again, as if the arcane engines of these ruins are trying to turn over but are failing.
Is Toss still here? Or he's not here yet?
No, I'm here.
Oh, can I'm gonna ask Toss if we can like work together to try to freeze the being and like maybe lock him up so that we can attempt an escape.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So that's going to be a willpower check from both of you.
That passes.
That passes. Fuck yes.
Nice.
Wow,
Excellent
we both
work.
rolled the same.
That's cool. Alright,
Sure, guys.
so you guys focus all of your power and you channel this icy energy from the hallways into this specific corridor, this specific place where this being is. And it hasn't moved, it's just stood there still, the yellow glowing eyes peering through the ice wall that separates. And you channel the energy into the wall, and it seems to just like, even though it's solid, it reaches through and like frost, like permafrosts over. And you feel it go deep, like 10 to 20 feet deep knowing that it for sure has to encapsulate the being where it was.
Hell yeah.
Alright, let's
In
grab
doing
one and
so-
get out of here.
All of a sudden, as you guys turn to leave, the whole ruins begin to shift. The whole, the part of the corridor leading out to your exit shifts to the side and basically turns into a solid brick wall. And then it stops going to the side and then starts moving up. And then behind you, things begin to shift and turn as well. The whole ruins seem to begin to be rearranging themselves somehow.
I don't remember this the last time I was here.
You can hear the cracking of ice as things begin to shift and move and break through certain areas. And you can hear voices begin to echo all around you. Free us. Mallorin, there's a symbol that appears in your vision that only you can see. In between you and Luna. She
Okay.
looks at you, and in your head you hear Zelena say, "You need to link up with her."
Okay. How do I do that?
For some reason, she seems to be resisting you, so I'm going to need you to make a. I'm gonna have you make a charm check.
Who do what? There's a charm check for who?
Oh, hey, never mind. Perfect timing. So, Luna, currently you are trapped in the ruins that you had rested in, as the beings that were frozen in the walls seem to be defrosting themselves somehow. Maybe perhaps thanks to a little bit of help from a ranger friend of yours.
Mm-hmm.
There's a blue symbol that appears in the air between you and Mallorin as you guys are being physically blockaded in by the ruins themselves, moving and shifting and breaking through ice.
Okay.
In Mallorin's head, Zeleneth says, "You need to link up with her." In your head, your patron says, "Don't engage with it."
Well, then I'm definitely not engaging with it.
I think we should.
Mm-mm.
What do you guys do?
And so Mallorin and I are on one side, and the rest of the party, I'm assuming, is on the other.
No, you're all together, but only you and
Okay.
Mallorin can see this blue symbol that is glowing between you two.
Mind you, I'm like stuck in place, and they tried to pull me away, and it almost killed me. So
Oh yeah. Can I heal him?
You may.
The pass.
Nice. Roll for heals.
Ooh.
Nice. Back up to full.
trying to decipher a dream right now.
As you guys
Yeah, no,
do
we're
this.
I'm not gonna engage with it, without a doubt.
Okay. Are you guys going to try to find some other method of escape then?
Can I test this field that's supposedly keeping us in?
The ruins are moving around and
It's
shifting
literally
almost.
the whole corridor shifted and a solid brick wall has moved to block your path.
Is it truly a solid brick wall, or does it look like a brick wall? That's the question.
That is a question. Go ahead and make a magic check for me.
Oh boy.
Jeez, Jay. No faith. God.
Hey, you missed my rolls to start off with, so I definitely have no faith right now.
Yeah, Maloran's the only one that can roll right now.
But see, I'm here now, and I passed that. So
In a
Nice.
crazy twist of fate, the two that can't do anything but charm and heal a couple people have managed to figure things out.
Very nice.
trust me,
Very nice.
I looked back on these rolls a second ago, and yeah, that's damn.
It's been rough.
So, Luna, you reach out
Be
and you.
fair. I was just gonna say, to be fair, I've passed every single roll, so.
All right, so you're there too. Well, meh.
Luna, you reach out and touch the wall as it's moving, and you can feel like the arcane power coursing through it. Something was activated here, and the entire ruin seemed to be coming to life because of it. You put your own force of will into the wall, and you can feel the dark presence kind of like surge in the back of your mind, even though as suppressed as it is in this current location for some reason. It says, "Alright, let's get you fuckers out of here." The wall stops and then shifts and tilts upwards to reveal a shaft, just plummeting at like a 45-degree angle downwards into the darkness.
Well, I'm gonna look at the party and go, "Well, you're welcome, fuckers," and jump.
Guess it's the slide way out.
So you guys all begin to plummet down the shaft?
Yes.
I am at least.
As we'll follow.
We're going down the shaft.
Still stuck against the wall.
Olnan, you are not stuck. However,
I'm not. Oh, okay.
as you Olnan, you start leaving and you're the last one to go down. You look behind you and you can see this black shadowy form with yellow glowing eyes kind of coming down, riding this elevator of stone that comes level to the corridor as you are beginning your descent.
Well,
All of you go tumbling several hundred feet down this basically stone slide. And then all of a sudden you kind of tumble out onto this big stone platform. As you do, it's a circle of stone and runes all around it light up blue. It starts to shift off to the side. You pass through this strange ring of rotating stone blocks that seem to be just floating in the air, and you enter into this space where you see these massive cylindrical, basically like obelisks of stone just rotating in the air, glowing bright blue. These things have been at work all night, you presume. Something has been happening while you guys were resting, and the ruins are alive.
Johnny 5 is alive.
As you kind of get in between these four giant blue pillars, the platform stops, and then you can shoot straight up. You feel like you're about to like get slammed against the ceiling, but you pass by the ceiling and you are in another stone shaft going upwards. Then it stops again. You guys jump up into the air basically and land back down on the platform, and then you almost get knocked off as it shoots off to the side again. And
Jesus.
the whole way, you see entire corridors shifting by you and entire chambers being moved and rearranged. Some of them you see black shadowy forms with yellow eyes traversing through.
Does it look like they can see us?
It does look like some of them notice you as you pass by. Not all of them, but some.
Out of curiosity, do these beings look familiar in any possible way to me?
Go ahead and roll an intellect check for me.
Oh fuck. Nope.
Can I assist with that?
Unfortunately, you're not as familiar with this, I'll say, realm of information.
Could I try?
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Sorry, what kind of roll was that again?
Intellect.
Oh shit. Nope, it's a fail.
Oh boy. Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys are not familiar with what these things are or could be. You end up passing into this, basically this corridor of corridors again, but there's no floor, no ceiling. It's just these, just basically like chamber that's just tunneling through, and all of these pathways going off on either side. As you pass through, the hallways on either side begin to rotate around your current trajectory, going straight through, like a
Fucking
like you're passing
Hogwarts
through a
shit.
kaleidoscope. Basically.
Neat. I always wanted to be a wizard.
How's it feel? I'm getting a little seasick here.
You guys reach the end, and then all of a sudden, the platform you're on tilts to the side, and you get dumped down into the blackness. You keep falling and falling and falling. And again, in between you and Mallorin, Luna, the blue symbol appears. Mallorin, you hear Zelena say, "You need to link up with her now."
Why? What happens if I do?
You are going to die again.
Oh,
Or don't,
again.
if you don't.
Is that his brother speaking to him? Just curiosity.
No, this is deity.
Oh, okay.
The goddess says we should link. Or at least one of us is gonna die.
Is there any way I can reach into my patron and ask, is this like... Fuck it. I'll link up.
Okay. You guys touch the symbol together. There's a kind of a moment of just like time stop in your guys' immediate vicinity. Your entire party is kind of encapsulated in it. Everyone can now hear the voices of Zeleneth and Luna's patron. As they engage, Zeleneth says, "I know what you are." You guys hear Luna's patron, he says, "And I know what I can become." Zeleneth says, "Our interests align for this brief moment." And the patron says, "Let's get these folks out of here." All of a sudden, a flash of blue as everything becomes this strange, ghostly sort of blue around you. You can actually see what's going on as opposed to being lost in pitch black. You are plummeting straight down through a massive cylindrical chamber with pillars, 4 pillars going up on either side. And below you is an obelisk sitting on the floor some 200 feet straight down. You guys look around, and you can even see the ghostly form of Balthazar, who you are typically is invisible at most times.
Well then.
Yeah, you guys look at yourselves and see that you are all kind of like the same ghostly blue material as he is. And he kind of looks at all of you guys and is just like, "What the fuck?"
We all died.
Fancy seeing you here.
Suddenly you
Wait,
hit
are
the
we in a
ground.
Pokeball?
Is this what it feels like? You hit the ground, but there's no damage impact. You just land. It's as if reality has become ethereal to you. You can still interact with it, but it's distant and vague. You hear the voice of Zelenoth that says, in order to survive, you'll have to work your way through the ethereal realm to find an exit. The whole ruin is changing as we speak. Patron says, as you do that, you may have to suffer through a bit of ancient religious propaganda, which you can totally feel free to completely ignore.
Noted. I don't like politics anyways.
Wait, we can all hear this?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Huh.
You arrive in this chamber with this obelisk. Oop, that's not what I wanted.
But that's a pretty one.
What do you guys
touch
do?
It, see if it teleports me to the farm.
Go ahead and make a willpower check for me. Draco.
I pass.
As you reach out and touch the obelisk, you feel this power coursing through, and you just kind of allow it to manifest, and blue light traces itself up the obelisk, highlighting all of the runes. In your heads, you all hear this sort of like... It's a voice, but it's not really a voice, it's just words. It doesn't have a tone or a tenor to it. It says, I am the beginning of the end, and the end of before.
Thanos?
Cryptic?
Let's repeat history then.
This is a riddle that you need to solve in order to unlock this obelisk.
And the beginning of the end and the end of before.
You're today? You're now?
E. I'm just saying.
As Taz speaks it into existence, this certain pattern of runes seems to lock into place. Beyond just the physical manifestation, there's an element of time that plays into this. E is your hint.
Is the E for exit? I'd like to buy another vowel.
If someone wishes to, they can go ahead and make an intellect check to see if they can get another hint.
I'll take it in. I'll do it.
Psych.
He's like, yep.
I failed. Can I burn a momentum to make that pass?
Wait. Hey, I passed.
Okay.
Leon passes.
Yeah.
So you're like taking this phrase, taking the hint into consideration. You're saying, so the answer applies to the phrase, but it also has to start with the letter E, and it has something to do with time.
He's eternal.
Yeah. I was gonna say eternity.
Hey!
As Jay speaks
I'm a
into
genius.
existence.
Eternal wasn't good enough.
I am the
he's just-
genius of the group. You're all welcome.
The runes all light up on the obelisk, and it begins to sink into the floor, spinning as it does so. These words kind of echo out from the chamber, essentially, just sourceless and voiceless. It says, "There is a concept, something that will last forever despite the world constantly changing. Elohim." And then
Gesundheit.
the floor opens up and you drop even further into the next realm.
Fucking
Ooh,
realm
great.
hopping?
Pretty.
What
You
the
find
hell?
yourselves in another section of the ruin. This one with these columns and this room that surrounds a pool of seemingly water in the center. Again, you hear the words of the voice. Time existed before them. History only begins after them.
People.
Books.
Stars.
You're on the right track with that.
Scriptures?
Languages.
Getting closer. As you
Speech.
guys are
Speech.
saying all these things, all of a sudden you see two black shadowy forms come out of nowhere, essentially just materializing nearby. Their eyes light up with yellow, and they
Being
lunge for you.
followed. Were they like close? Like we need to like.
They are
Pop a
lunging
cap?
for you right now. They are about to attack. What do you guys do?
Can I like slam a force field against them?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a magic check.
That passes.
Can I attempt another intellect check to see if I can get a different hint?
Go for it.
That
Unlock
passes.
the battle.
Nice.
Nice. Now there is still one being to be taken care of. Luna is able to head off of one, but
Can
the
I
second
throw
one
up an
is
ice
also coming
wall
from
in
the other
front of
side.
the other?
Go ahead and make your willpower check.
Oh. That does not pass. That is a crit
Oh
fail.
no. Oh boy. Okay, so Luna, you put up your shield and you send this thing flying back into the corner of the room. Taz, however, you feel it as you summon your icy powers. You realize they don't work the same when you're in the ethereal realm. And it's almost like a delayed reaction sort of thing as the being sails clear over your ice shards and slams into you, dealing you 1 point of damage.
Okay, so since obviously I kind of headed off this battle and I've knocked this one back into the corner, is the one I knocked back in the corner, is it like unconscious or is it like trying to get back up?
It is temporarily, yeah, it's like it's reeling right now, and it's slowly recovering to rev up another assault.
Okay. In the meantime, can
The
I
killer.
like?
I was just gonna say, for Draco, you got a successful
Did-
intellect check.
Yes, did I get my hint?
You feel that the room was reverberating the closer that your group got with books, scriptures, language.
Words.
As
Voices?
they're figuring that out, there you go.
Leon the genius over here.
Leon, the literal
Well.
genius.
As that's happening and they're figuring this out, I want to kind of like run over and kind of body slam the other shadowy figure off of Taz.
Okay, just physically wrestling.
Yeah, just
Luna,
physically,
my
I'm gonna.
hero.
Punch him.
I'm just gonna throw my shoulder into this fucking this shadowy figure and like tackle it off, like of Taz.
All right, let's do a might check because that's funny.
I don't want to do a mic check.
Well,
Yeah, no
Anything's
way in hell.
possible.
That's not gonna. It was close, but that doesn't pass.
wow,
My
man.
might's a 5.
Oh boy. So as you go tearing after this thing, it reaches up and strikes across the front of your body with its claw, and you could just feel the cold energy rake across your soul, essentially, as you take a point of damage as well. Meanwhile, Balthazar is on the edge of the pool, and he says, "We need to go!" He steps out into the pool, goes horizontal, and continues to go until he is basically standing underneath you guys, mirrored across the quote-unquote water. That
He
is...
flips through the water.
Yep.
Okay,
As
well, is there any way that I can, like, just grab a hold of Taz and toss him?
Again with the tossing.
I know
Again
Luna's
with
the one.
the
Hold on,
tossing.
let me...
Hey, at least I'm not
tossing him. I'm
tossing.
gonna slide him. He's still on the ground.
Just gonna, like,
Hey,
push him
Pete.
over the edge.
Yeah, just give him a quick, like, slide. Like, grab a hold of his arm and just, like, slide him forward. Like a
Okay.
hockey puck.
Be
Nice.
glad I'm not tossing you.
I'm gonna have Taz make a body saving throw for me.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Okay, hold on.
Somebody catch him on the other side!
Come on, get a 2.
It's possible. Oh,
That
boy.
does not pass.
That is
Not
clearly
even
a fail.
close.
Fuck.
Not
So-
anywhere even close.
Luna, you push Taz over the edge, basically into the pool of water, quote-unquote water, and he goes down, and, like, it seems as if he's gonna splash through. But as he's kind of, like, in the middle, like, just, like, the center of the pool, he didn't kind of reconnect with the other side. He's currently just kind of floating in midair, just suspended in, like, this sort of in-between gravitational space.
Can I, like,
Somebody
use a gust of
freaking
wind
belly
to blow
flop him.
him through?
Somebody belly flop him.
Just land on him and get him through.
Leon,
Cannonball!
Can I like,
Hold on.
yeah, can I just like frog
who is
splash
getting
on top of him?
Taz.
Taz.
Oh, okay. I thought it was me.
No.
Okay. Nope, go for it. Let's do it.
That was so scary.
Poor Goblin's got PTSD from being dunked.
Literally, though. Literally.
So yeah, like, do I have to like jump on top of him? Can I do that?
Oh my god!
Surf him through the portal.
Make a might check for me, Leon.
Wait.
Oh boy.
Can I shoot some kind of like grappling hook to Taz to get him out of there?
That sounds like it could be potentially harmful.
Just a little bit.
All right, wait.
I
Let me
said
do my
it's
might
I
check
think it's
first.
counterintuitive at this point.
Hey, that passes.
That's a critical success.
There we
Yes.
go.
yes.
The MVP.
Leon, you get a momentum. And Leon, you guys watch as he just full like football tackles Taz through the midair and then ends up flipping around and landing on the opposite side, upside down from you guys, holding Taz in his
Okay.
arms.
Like a cat.
I'm just gonna like
Now that they're free, I'm gonna jump through too.
I'm gonna give Leon this extra big hug and be like, "Thank you, my dear friend."
You're welcome.
This poor
So-
Goblin's gonna hate me by the end of all this.
Olnan, Malaran, Graticus, and technically Luna, you guys still
Poor
have
bastard.
the shadowy being currently assailing you. It needs to be dealt with.
I'm gonna throw a fireball at his face.
Go for magic.
Gladly. It passes.
Crit pass too. Very nice.
Nice.
Luna gains momentum, and she basically holds up her palm and just this kind of like red mixed with blue into purple ethereal fire just enraptures this thing, and it goes and just like gets caught up in the flames and swings its arms widely, missing entirely as you guys are able to then escape to the other side. As you do so, the voice, ambiguous and strange, echoes out and says, "There is a word of power, a hope for redemption for the world. Elohim." You guys go charging through the corridor, away from the pool of water, into another chamber where you can see that there is like a way out. There's a light down around the corridor, around the corner. But at the end of the hall, to turn the corner where you go by, this entire wall is basically in a time warping, reality bending state where the wall explodes out towards you. And then all the stone and glass pieces kind of freeze in midair and then suck themselves back towards being a regular wall, and then out, back in again, out for even further, back in a little bit.
Basically,
So,
that wall looks
breathing.
like it's going to fucking just continuously explode and implode.
Yes.
So it's breathing.
In a way, it seems almost as if it could be.
But in an angry way.
In an angry way. Exactly.
In an angry, splody way.
Right.
What is happening right now? It's technical difficulties. Please hold. There we go. The voice calls out to you again and says, "Passed from parent to child, shared between siblings, and most often used by others."
Love?
Passed from parent to child. Wait, what the fuck was the rest of it?
Wait, pass from parent to child, shared between siblings, most often used by others.
And I use a cleverness check to see if maybe I can kind of discern an
Go for
idea. Right. Fucking doing this on a fucking wing and a prayer. I'm gonna burn my 2 momentum to pass.
Okay. Alright. He's wanting to succeed.
Yeah.
So, you realize that part of kind of like the theming around a lot of the riddles that have been up to this point revolve around language or words, some sort of, identifying concept.
It's your name.
Taz the
Look
genius.
at that. Sweet over here. What the hell?
I mean, if you're talking about vampires, then maybe.
Yeah, I was like, sweet
Passed
vampire over here.
Parent to child, often shared by siblings. Yeah,
What's
it would
your
be
name?
it would be your name, like your last name,
It is.
Exactly.
not blood.
Just in time. I mean, if you need a transfusion or
it's
something.
passed from parent to child, and some siblings, it's shared, technically, because it came from both your parents.
Okay, so
And
how?
it is most often used by others, because I mean, like, if you give blood, so.
I mean,
You
I feel like
gotta
I
blame me
use
on-
my blood more often than anybody else, but
Yeah, I was like,
Whatever.
we're just going around
just saying.
giving our blood to everyone.
Just saying.
Whatever. You get
Just
the
help
blood,
out your,
and you
your
get the
friendly
blood.
neighborhood vampire.
Sweet has a weird way of showing her friendship.
Exactly.
Just shows up with a bag of blood. Here.
There you go.
In case you ever need
My token of appreciation.
It's in your fridge whenever you need it.
God.
But as Taz speaks that word into existence, the wall seems to solidify and kind of hold itself. You don't know for how long though, but it seems to be holding itself long enough that you should be able to get through and out to the exit. As you hear the whispers of more shadow beings behind you.
I think it's our time to go, guys.
Yeah, let go.
You guys pass around the corner, up through this stepway, the staircase leading out of the ruins. And as you flee, the voice comes out through one last time. There was a name, an eternal name, surpasses all others, that shall redeem and restore, shall be the salvation of the world. Elohim.
Noted. Let's go!
You guys, GTFO.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jesus.
Definitely.
I don't want to talk to the desert goblins ever again.
Oh no, we're gonna have to go back and talk to him because
Oh no, we ain't going back.
I'm gonna drop a nuke in a hole
the
and
thing.
fuck them all.
I want a piece of that ass.
Damn.
You guys arrive back to the surface. The desert sands blowing across your faces as the familiar sight of the sun sets upon you. You begin to
The sun
feel...
Did you say the sun's setting? Or it's just we're just feeling the sun?
You just feel the sun. You are completely at this point deprived of any navigational or directional sense of being.
I was
Okay.
gonna ask if we could tell how much time had passed by any chance.
Can I just like look at my fancy dancy chronometer on my wrist and be like, oh.
Your little sundial on your wrist.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna say, those of you who want to try and figure out where you are, go ahead and make awareness checks. Those of you who
I would.
want to figure out when you are, go ahead and make intellect checks.
What the
I
fuck?
would like to make a check
Alright,
to find out
I'll-
where I'm going.
I'm gonna make a check to figure out when.
What's going on right now?
If any of these succeed, I'll do it.
passed. I have passed mine.
First
I didn't
off,
pass any of them. Fuck.
I'm trying to figure out how much time has passed. So-
Pass either
I
one.
think you
Shit.
guys are succeeding here. So
Not
I
me.
want to find out where where we are.
I'd say
So-
we're ready to get lots of information now.
yeah, for real. You guys are just like, okay, how do we get out? Where's we supposed to go? Let's get out of here.
When is it? What is it? Where is it?
Exactly.
How is it?
Why
It's
is
alright.
it?
Why?
Why is Gamora?
Right.
Exactly.
That's a better question, indeed.
Mhm.
You guys recorporealize as whatever sort of spell or effect that held hold of you in between Malarin's deity and Luna's patron fades away. You take a look around and there's no discerning features as to where you just came from or where you are. It's just solid sand landscape all around.
All right,
So we're still
Guys,
in the desert. Cool.
I got a plan.
Oh boy.
Everybody, grab hold. We're teleporting back to the factory. Cause fuck
Nope.
this.
I want to go see. We're out here. We made it this far. Let's find the druids. Can I at least
I
make an
agree.
attempt to see if I can find out where to go?
I'm going to
I would
say,
like to assist
look
with
at
that.
Draco and reassert the idea of, hey, you're a broken record. Why don't we go back to the factory first?
Yeah, you're a broken record. That factory can wait. That factory will be there. I don't know. I gotta find the druids.
So, I'll say this. With that slew of successes of you guys just desperate to be anywhere but where you are, you discern that almost the entire day has passed by since you awoke this morning. What you think is this morning, you have no idea as you were underground. There's no way to tell time. However, you see that the sun is beginning to approach the setting horizon. And as the wind blows around and you feel the sand cross your face, Draco, you hear a sound that you recognize. It's the sound of a tamed sand grazer.
Tamed sand grazer.
What?
Tamed one. Wasn't it like those fucking like armadillo things?
It was.
Yeah. Hey,
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, the giraffadillos.
Giraffadillos. That's actually pretty good. I like that.
Or whatever the heck they are. I can't remember. I don't. Or no, they were more like a llama, right? Or an alpaca or something.
Yeah, it was more like an alpaca armadillo thing.
Yes.
You're an
With
alpacadillo
big bulbous eyes.
with bulbous eyes.
Okay,
As you look up the hill off to one side, you see this creature with a bridle standing up on the hill. And you see a dark, cloaked figure step out from behind it.
I yell out, "Oh shit, it's a sand person! Get down!"
I don't think you need to get down quite yet.
I mean, they'll eventually be backed, and in larger numbers.
So do I know who this person is or who these people are?
You do recognize the garb of a circle of desert druids, though their face is obscured by their hood, and they're some 200 feet away.
But I know that they're wearing clothes that mostly only the desert druids would wear.
Yes, it's just the cloak that they wear, the sort of pattern of the way that the strips of linen essentially kind of wrap around their form, keep it like tight and fit, and also just the style of hood. You can see the embroidery even from here. It's like solid in some places, and then it's partly see-through in others.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let the party know that that is the desert druids, and I'm going to start walking towards it.
I like Luna's countdown.
Oh shit, I didn't even see her countdown. Where'd she? Oh, she got to 8. Luna can't talk. Can't get your tongue.
Sorry. Y'all were talking, so.
So Draco, you go heading towards this figure?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk towards the figure. I'm assuming since I've been there, I would know how to interact with them to let them know that I'm peaceful and.
Yes.
Like,
You just start making guttural barking noises at them.
So
don't think that's it.
As you
With
approach, yeah, T-pose. As you approach, you get within 15 feet of them and kneel down to put your hand into the sand. And you've gotten really good at getting the sand to form in its direction. You just keep forgetting about that moon aspect of it.
Right.
They see this and they kind of nod their head and approach you as you stand back up. And it's a half-orc, actually. This half-orc person, this female half-orc with almost like a reddish skin, as you could tell that she has spent a lot of time out in the sun. And she looks at you
Even
and
orc
says,
sunburn.
Apparently. I mean, she could have been like, not a green orc.
she comes
You
up
don't
to
know
you and she says, I saw you appear out of nowhere just then. Don't get to see that every day.
That was a wild ride.
You must have traveled far, I'm assuming, to reach here. I'm not familiar with you.
I've been here before. It's been a long time. Shit, what's his name? You think I'd know my own backstory?
The guy.
Roll a
The guy
check
you know.
to remember.
The guy with the face.
Yeah, the guy with the face and the
And the name?
Guy with the hands. With the hands.
Vaughn.
Yes. Vaughn brought me here back when I was very young.
Her eyes kind of like light up with a glint of recognition as you say the name Vaughn. She says, yes, he is well known by our tribe.
Yeah, Vaughn has told me it's best to seek you guys out in my current situation.
Well, if he has told you to come to us for help, then you must be in some dire straits.
I think the whole world's in some dire straits.
Very well. Come with me. And she kind of mounts up on this, her sand grazer and begins to slowly trot off into the sands. Everybody follows?
Yeah,
Do we
I'm
have much of a
following.
choice?
I mean, you could go wandering through the desert again for the next few days.
Yep, nope, I guess we're following.
Definitely following.
I look up at Leon. Leon, uppies.
Oh yeah, fun. Wait, can I roll a mind check for that?
No,
Why not?
Can I get
Go
up
for
these
it.
two? You have two arms.
Nah, man, you get one shoulder, I'll get the other.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
good
Yeah, that
lord.
hella passes. I just
Wait.
toss them into the air.
You're basically like juggling the goblins as you're kind of like walking.
Yeah.
I just sit there and go,
Freaking three-ring
whee!
circus here.
Yeah.
Freaking Graticus and I are just going wee. Do, 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 do.
Shit.
Fantastic.
It's a goblin shit show starring us.
So this whole campaign has been, my god.
Yeah, pretty much.
But Draco, as you kind of watch as this druid is leading you on through the desert, you do see the faint trace of the curvature of the yellow moon in the sky, even as the sun is still up and the sky is still relatively blue. But even still, the druid summons basically a mound of sand that helps point in a direction. And then I'm going to have you make a willpower check as well, real quick, Draco.
That passes.
You
Nice.
finally did it, man. You finally did it.
I was wondering if this was going to be the time.
But you're looking and you're seeing the way that she adjusts her trajectory based off of what she's seeing. And you realize that, yes, the sand will point you in the direct, obviously path that you must take. But then, based off of the moon, kind of helps guide basically the parabola type nature that your path has to take. As
Parabola? God
Parabola?
damn, that's a new word for me.
Parappa the Rapper?
Dude, that game was fucking sick back in the day.
Sorry.
Basically, it's arced sort of path. It curves off to one side. As you realize that has to happen so you can go against the movement of the sand, since the desert is perpetually, constantly shifting. So even if you were to, you like from where you started and where you went, it seems as if you're going off at a curve when really you're going straight.
Can my character like make a little note to himself? Create flying machine or Dune Walker.
That can definitely be something that could be added to the to-do list.
Woohoo!
Never-ending shit.
Look here, motherfucker. I need that bottle that you have.
No.
No, it's gonna benefit all of us. I'm gonna canister it, and I'm gonna make a lightning gun. Yeah.
You only get it when I see fit.
I think it would behoove you to let me have it.
No.
Let's not.
Don't
Just
make
now,
me
guys.
blood bind it to myself.
Oh god.
Don't make me
It
put you in
definitely
the
works on
hospital.
creatures, but it's fine.
Haha!
I'll make it happen.
You've been foiled
I mean,
again.
Honestly, with your
Loser.
charm checks, you probably would find a way.
I'll fucking start blood binding inanimate objects to my fucking self. It'll be like tin cans tied to the back of a fucking car bike.
Her obsession with all these blood bindings is eventually going to lead her to blood sacrifices, and I don't know if I want to be on that path when it crosses it.
Bro, I'm here for it. I kind of want to see this.
I mean, depending on how you guys had rolled back at the pedestal when you were making the ley lightning, Taz might have been your first victim. I don't know.
I mean,
No. See now, that's not true.
This is why we don't
We
toss
You
just
goblins.
shoved him into
Totally.
a pedestal, hoping to
It is
harness
No.
energy
totally
from it.
fucking true.
The thing
I
could have opened up a wormhole and sucked him
We
in.
slid him into the. Look, I'm the one
You
who fucking.
slid him to his possible death.
No. Look now, motherfucker. We slid him because I needed him to come in contact with the pedestal.
Did you
Meanwhile, I'm slamming a fucking arcane rod down the middle of the bitch. If anybody was gonna get fucked, it would have been me.
That's not true.
And you would have deserved it.
You would have, wrinkled your nose and shaken your hips, and your patron would have came out of nowhere and said, "I think if not."
So,
Potentially.
you know what? I knew what I was doing. He was good. He was good.
Yeah,
He was
okay.
in no way of any harm. He was good. He was
Why
alright.
the fuck are we looking at Stonehenge?
That's what I'm wondering.
That's the land of the desert druids.
Oh my god, fuck, we are in the multiverse, god damn it. Time to leave.
Gorgeous, ain't it?
You
That's the
guys
end of it.
crest over this last sand dune as you guys are. Basically, it is twilight as the sun. Right? Twilight? Sunset? Same?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I know my words. I'm good at this.
Dude, you taught me a new word tonight, so...
Yep.
You know better English than I do, apparently.
I learned something new too, so.
It's technically math, so that's why.
The public
Yeah,
school.
know what?
failed us.
Exactly.
Well, then, if it's math, no shit, no wonder I learned something. Clever, not smart.
Indeed. As you crest over this last dune, you come over this oasis that's set into this little valley. It's not as much sand, this valley, as it is made of stone. Sandstone all around. And at its center, there's a small village. And it's lit up by the setting sun as it's casts its golden glow across the whole scene. The druids of this little village are milling about, basically kind of tending to their water needs, preparing dinner, all of these sort of things. You see a few of them are up on kind of the outcroppings surrounding this green pasture that is basically just shielded from the elements on all sides by these sandstone ridges. And some of the druids are sitting on the edges of these precipices, meditating. And down at the very center, you see this ring of stacked and arranged stones, almost like doorways, kind of all just empty seeming.
I fucking knew it. It's a goddamn giant portal room area.
Portal land place.
It's the DHD. It's a fucking dial home device.
Does any of this seem familiar to me? Like, because I know I've been here, but do I notice any changes from the past?
You're not there originally.
Go ahead and make an awareness check for me if you could.
While he's doing that, can I possibly make an intellect or a cleverness
That
check to
passes.
see if, with the aid of my lay vision goggles, if I can discern like lay vision, like lay magic?
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
you should make a grapple check to make sure that you can get out of the tossing that frickin' Jay is doing with y'all.
As he's going round and round, Graticus brings up his goggles.
Mhm.
So,
Binoculars.
intellect. You want me to do intellect or cleverness?
I do intellect for this one.
Okay. Yeah, I pass.
Nice.
So it's pass from Draco and Graticus.
Yes.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Draco, you kind of take a look over the village, and it's very similar to the way you remember it. Except for one difference. It seems that there's a disproportionate amount of buildings to people. It's as if they have more buildings than they need. Graticus, you use your goggles, the lay vision goggles, and scan basically this entire vale. There isn't a ton of magic necessarily ingrained in the areas, surrounding the village, but in the rings with the stone doorways, there is it's not what you're used to seeing. It's lay power, but it's like a variant, and there's a whole bunch of different types kind of just strewn, like circling throughout each of these doorways.
Oh, Jesus. It's nature magic. Yeah.
Can I just point out how incredible it is that Graticus actually passed that, considering he rolled 2d20?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even notice that.
Hey, you know what? Can I get some extra information since I passed a super critical roll?
Yeah. No.
No.
Worth a try. Oh,
Good job.
bother.
Good job.
Oh, bother.
It was
So
worth a try.
The druids would have a master or a shaman, correct?
The
Or a high priest, or
the half
Do they
orc
have,
that has been traveling with you kind of turns to you and says, "At present moment, we kind of have a decentralized organization."
So what you're saying is you're a bunch of vagrants.
They're not coming to the factory.
don't
I-
think that they would be vagrant as
Don't
more like
No, I'd want them at the factory.
Has Graticus learned
They're
his lesson from
autonomous.
the last time?
What are you talking about? Look, I don't know how well they would do at the factory. They're hippies.
I'm talking about the fact that you're like, oh, more goblins. Let's let them in.
Hey, first off, I still have intentions of killing that chieftain and making his goblin serve me. No more friendly goblin. They're gonna be fucking. I'm you know what? They're gonna be slaves, but with extra steps.
Damn.
Wow.
All right.
Damn.
So I guess I ask is what happened? Why are they more decentralized and more autonomous than they were before?
She begins to kind of just like she's continued traveling down into the valley as you guys are talking, and you guys start to actually encroach upon the fringes of this druid village. You can see that there are a few children running about, actually, in between some of the huts that are here. And it seems that these guys live a very minimalistic life. They have gardens actually surrounding each of the huts that they have set up. Simple wooden structures, but the wood is like bone, the way it looks, how clean and white it is, and the thatch sort of coverings that encapsulate each of them. She says to you that there is a perpetuating source of... It's a disturbance in the natural flow of things across the desert, and a team of our most elite were sent to kind of investigate and see if there was anything to be done. However, there was a massive stone golem that was guarding the area. It seemed to have taken out several of our members. The leader of our tribe having been one of them.
So who would be the next most powerful druid here to speak with?
Well, I suppose that would be me. She kind of bows to you a little bit in greeting, official greeting. She says, "My name is Giovanna."
Your mama, what?
Yo, mama.
Can you pronounce that one more time?
Giovanna.
Gelvana, like javelin?
Like a gel?
It's in the Roll20 chat.
Gelvana, okay. Well,
Gesundheit.
My master has sent me, as I've shown promise, of the world speaker, as becoming a world speaker, and my praise to attempt to save the world from what is coming. He has come to me several times and told me that I should seek out the desert druids, and they would be of a great help with me on my journey. So I'm here asking for help in my journey so that I may take my next steps.
Well, quite honestly, I think we could use your help just as much as you could use ours. I think our combined power will help the situation. Though the severity to which the corruption seeps into the sands of the desert is concerning.
Do we know the source?
There is a ruin that is being infested with monsters that typically do not traverse into these lands. Some have even described seeing demonic entities traversing the area.
Yeah, this is sounding awfully familiar.
Well, his peace be have it. Where we just came from was not
A
very
bunch of
pleasant.
bullshit.
Seems very much like what you were speaking of. We're a bunch frozen in ice when we first got there, and as we stayed the night, when we woke up, they were attempting to entrap us. We ended up in the ethereal realm to get back, very much thanks to Luna and Maloran's god and Luna's that person.
She just kind of looks
Her
at you
patron.
with just like totally blank expression. It's like, well, that sounds like quite the journey. I am
Yeah.
not sure what sort of insight I might have into that. But come, if you do wish to seek some guidance as to what can be done about your situation, now would be the time to do it. It's always stronger at twilight.
Let's go.
Oh boy. Chat has any concern.
Nothing concerning. It's okay.
They might not like the enlightenments of science here quite yet, there, Graticus.
Actually,
They should have freedom to choose.
What?
make an awareness check for me, Chronicus.
Oh no.
He's gonna kill some kids.
I
Nope.
swear to God.
More likely I'm going to get strapped to a fucking doorway. An awareness,
Don't
you
worry.
said?
Don't worry, I'll pull you out.
Oh god. Oh fuck!
Boy.
That is a fail and a half.
I was not aware at all.
Should have
So
rolled those 2d20s.
Draco and Jalvana start heading into kind of the center ring of the stones, and a moment passes before they hear and Graticus, you spin around to see that one of the kids has just like pulled the trigger on one of your guns.
Oh
as
shit!
he pickpocketed at you, basically. Luckily, he fired just into the air, and just kind of like the bullet just arcs off into the sand. No harm done, but everyone just kind of like suddenly, like even the druids that are like meditating up on the ridges, like kind of like snap to attention. They're like, the fuck?
Can I just like
Fuck. The fuck?
do like? Can I just do like the little worried look and just point at the kid and be like, "He did it."
I'm gonna turn around and be like, just take responsibility for it, Gobbo brother.
I'm gonna walk up to the poor kid
Responsibility
and,
for what?
like,
I didn't do it.
and slowly take the gun from the kid and like pass it over to Graticus.
Just let him do it again.
Much murder in that
Fine.
one's heart, I sense.
Fine.
You guys
It'll
see
be
that
fucking
Are
fine.
you?
a couple of druids come out from, where they had been working near in the gardens near one of the huts, and one of them is actually like an elven woman, and an elderly elven woman at that, which is saying something. The other one is kind of a younger, also a half-orc, and you can see kind of like a bit of resemblance between her and Jalvana. They both come up to you and they're just like, okay. New people, who are you? What are you doing here? And what are these devices? What are you...
Graticus?
Well, as I kind of like jazz hands a little bit, be like, this is my boomstick.
Fucking shoves it up in their face.
And with that, we'll cut back to Draco.
Someone shoot Graticus, please.
No.
Jalvana leads you, Draco, up to a particular stone doorway and leads you around to the back side of it, kind of opposite the center of the ring. And as you look through, you can see the setting sun just half above the horizon, its golden light peering through the doorway straight into your face. And you can kind of see this kind of weird, like mirage-esque sort of visage before you as the light passes through it. And it kind of mixes colors, as you see like almost like a prism mirage where you can see reds and blues and greens and yellows hovering kind of in the air before you. Jalvana kind of says, if you pass through here and spend some time to meditate, I can't guarantee what exactly you will see, but it is likely that you would be able to attune yourself to this particular region a little better than you might find yourself currently.
All right, I guess I'm stepping through the portal or the door or whatever it is. I'm gonna leap of faith.
Okay. You take a step and you feel almost like it's like the sensation that you had just drank like a nice warm cup of hot cocoa kind of pass through your entire body as you take a step through the doorway, and as you do so, you feel yourself slow in time, and everything around you also begins to slow down. Everything's still moving, but it's just like sort of trance-like tranquility passes over everything. But you're aware of your surroundings. In fact, you feel as if you're more aware than you were just a second ago. And you can literally feel, as you kind of step closer towards the center of the ring, the actual movement of the natural energies surrounding you. Giovanna, you look back and see through the doorway, Giovanna's just kind of standing there. Her eyes blink slowly as she's kind of just waiting for you on the other side.
Okay. I guess I sit and try to meditate and see.
Is there anything in particular that you want to discern?
Come on, man. This is your freaking big shot.
I know, right? One shot. Do not miss your chance to blow.
Well,
wanna see-
we're waiting.
I guess I want to attune myself to the room at first and see if I can feel energy sources and see if I can find out where this dark energy is coming from to maybe help better the path that we're on.
Okay. Go ahead and make a willpower check with a -4 difficulty.
-4, so it's going to be an 8.
What kind of hit is that? Is that
Well,
strong
my
or weak?
willpower is 12, so that would be
Okay.
8.
A weak hit.
That's still kind of a weak hit.
I will, even though you've succeeded, if you have momentum to bring it to a strong hit, which will be a 6, I would let you spend it.
I guess I'll spend it. Spending
Okay.
2 momentum.
So you burn the 2 momentum. And you... Basically that's manifested in you take a seat at the center of this ring of stone gates. And you just kind of let yourself fall into this tranquil space that you find yourself in. And you almost feel like the weight of the world lifted off your shoulders, and you almost feel as if you're kind of like you could float in midair if you wanted to. Just the way that you attune yourself to the world itself and the peace that comes with this sort of harmony. It's almost like this breath of fresh air to you after all of the craziness and the stress of the past few days. And as you basically let yourself fall into this experience, the time around you seems to slow down even further and further as you begin to kind of like fall into this lull, the waves of the sand shifting across the desert. You can feel the waves of the ocean miles and miles away. You can feel the roots of the trees connecting and sending signals to one another in the forests of the jungles way up to the north. It all kind of flows into you, and you flow into it. You take a moment to orient yourself, and you can basically get a map of the desert through the natural energies that surround you. You see this little point that is the gate circle where you are currently, and there are several other little points interspersed throughout that are, you can feel communities, little villages interspersed throughout the desert, and especially on the outer ring surrounding. You can feel the creatures moving through. Herds of land sharks, sand grazers, birds in the air, and things below, goblin tribes in the realms below. And then you start noticing things that feel out of place. You see a couple of jungle creatures crossing the desert. You see a bird of prey, nonetheless, that is also privy to the jungles, making its circle in that similar direction. You notice that where they're headed is this sort of gap in your sensation. It's almost like a dark spot where you can't feel anything, because the flow of the natural power goes around where this spot on your map is, as opposed to through and across. And you can feel your own consciousness kind of butt up against the dark spot, basically, that is blotting out whatever this is. And it's just like, you're the wave of your consciousness crashing against a seawall and being buffeted back.
You said I can feel other portals to other druid communities in the desert?
Not necessarily
Or is it
portals,
just-
but just the presence of them.
Oh, so it's
You can feel
not rooms like what I'm in.
No. You can just detect the life sources across the desert.
Is there a way I can use this area to amplify my attunement to the world and see if I can put a call out to all the desert druids to join forces and help strengthen their numbers?
Go ahead and make another willpower check for me.
Is it going to be the same -4?
No, this wasn't going to be straight.
Fuck. And there goes and I already burnt my momentum.
It's a miss.
Hold on. I'm going to use my arcane focus and reroll one of those die.
Okay.
Either one hits, so.
Either one? Okay, nice. So you are able to basically send your consciousness out, and you reach out to some of the life forms of the various villages. You can feel like there are a variety of different peoples living in the desert, not just the druids, but there are orc communities that actually are nomadic tribes that travel across the deserts. and they don't necessarily have a druidic tendency. But you do make a connection kind of with several of the communities that are druidic in nature, and you kind of share this sense of a mutual understanding as opposed to an actual verbal communication. Basically, what you're able to discern is they are where they are because they are all working on the same thing. So it seems that like all of the people that you are able to connect with in this moment are already aligned with the goal of trying to right whatever has been made wrong. But you can see as you continue to feel a sensation, the current, you recognize that there's a pattern of a current that kind of like circulates through the desert. And you see that like the ocean has its own current, the jungles have their own current. Each biome seems to be a contained little pocket of, energy that flows in itself and then will occasionally exchange with its neighbors. But the current of the desert is being upset and disrupted by this dark spot that just blocks out everything around it.
Well, since I know now that that dark spot is going to be one of our goals to try to conquer, or at least investigate, I would like to take one last bout of energy and see if I can draw on all these waves of current that are flowing around to attune myself with all of the elements to try to help push myself closer to becoming the world speaker.
Okay. I'm going to have you make an awareness check for this, actually.
That passes.
Very nice. So you center yourself and you try to like basically familiarize yourself with the rhythm of the energy flowing in and around until you are able to kind of synchronize with nature and the world. In fact, you are even able to detect way up in the north, beyond the jungles, and in the tundra, where snow and ice prevail as a biome of its own. You see another small black spot beginning to form and appear.
Way up north in the tundras, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And this one's just beginning?
Yep. If you remember, Vaughn told you that he was investigating something that was of concern to him in that area.
Yeah.
But after that, you kind of get the sensation that you are as synchronized and knowledgeable about the flowing pattern of power that is the world itself at this present moment. You can feel that as the sun is going completely behind the dunes and the stars begin to emerge in the sky above, that the effectiveness of whatever this trance state is beginning to fade.
I guess I write out the meditation until it's no longer useful for gaining anything, and I'll step out and rejoin myself with
As Draco steps out from the portal, Giovanna kind of nods to you and says, "Well, what did you..." And then there's a again off from where your friends are, and you hear this little kid be like, "That was so cool!"
I see my party's made themselves at home.
Yeah, it's kind of our thing.
It's a little bit.
She says, "They're a rowdy group, aren't they?"
Yeah, they all have mixed pasts. That this is the first time they've been able to let loose in a little while. A little bit of a mind freedom for them.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think
Seems like
now
coming
is-
here was good for everybody.
It is one of the few places where we can still find a great deal of peace. Though I do think some rest will be good for everyone here.
Yes, I can agree.
She leads you back to your group. She says to all of you guys, try not to cause too much chaos. No, I don't suppose I have too much sway over how that happens. But you may feel free to utilize the... She kind of gestures over to one of the larger buildings. It's kind of like, almost like a longhouse type of hut, where it's just like, it almost seems that the wood is sticking up out of the ground like a partially buried rib cage, and the thatch kind of just covers the entire length of it. She says, you may use the Hall of the Druids, as it's called, as your resting place for the time being.
Okay. Guess I'll let the party know that we can all take up shop in the Hall of the Druids for the evening to get ourselves some rest, and I'll kind of explain to them what has been going on, or what I saw in my vision with the dark blank space that I could not attune with, both here in the desert and in the Arctic.
So you guys have a little bit of free reign. What do you want to do, if anything, before going to rest for the night?
Well, since I found the desert druids, do I get to mark that challenge off?
You definitely do. Also,
And then
Mallory,
what?
having experienced what you experienced with the what was it? The ritual that you had undergone with the goblins, you get to mark a progress towards your legendary quest of your legendary vow.
Sweet.
Also, Leon,
Mm-hmm.
having experienced what you experienced in your dream in the ruins, you may also make a progress towards your legendary challenge.
Sweet.
Trying to get some people started on their tracks.
So I can't
So that's
remember if
2 X's, right? Like I should have 2 X's.
With the legendary, you're talking about your total progress?
Yeah.
I think you should have 2, like the number 2 in the first box.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Yep.
Okay, yes, yep.
Getting closer and closer to that demon.
Do we remember if the finding the druids was considered a legendary task, or do we consider that one as a simple task?
I'm going to give everybody 2 experience for making it to discovering the druids of the desert.
Okay. And then my other question is, do I get to mark any progress towards my world speaker?
Yes, you do.
Oh, is that something I needed to be marking down? Was experience on finding druids?
No, your note taker was taking care of it.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, we just completed it, obviously, so we got the 2 experience for it.
Woohoo!
Yep.
Good stuff.
You survived.
Okay, so no, seriously, Luna, Taz, what are we gonna do about this magic snowman? We doing this? We bringing it to life?
How do you expect me to bring a block of ice to life?
I don't
In the
know.
middle of a desert.
You blood-bind vampires. This should be a
They're
case for you.
alive.
Well, technically, they're not.
Technically, he's right.
Their
Technically.
souls exist.
Well, technically, wouldn't they be soulless?
No,
Nope.
not in here. They're not, motherfucker.
Well, you know what? The snowman's soul exists also in the hearts of children everywhere.
Damn right.
Happy birthday!
I'm so glad you got that reference.
Yep.
Yeah.
I fucking
Go
love
ahead,
that old snowman.
Radicus. Make a magic check for me.
Oh fuck yeah! I'm gonna fail. I fucking
Oh my god.
I fucking passed. I think. Did I actually?
Nice.
Clutched it.
I fucking passed.
Clutch.
Magic snowman, here we come.
Oh god.
Do you
So-
want to build a snowman?
It's
gonna
basically
kill these
what,
fucking
Doesn't have to
kids.
be a snowman.
It's gonna kill these kids.
basically what happens is, due to the fact that Taz has to kind of start the formation of the ice using pieces of metal for the moisture in the air to kind of condense and then solidify onto, Gradicus imbues his magic into it, and you essentially create one of your arcane decoys out of this snowman creature.
Yes.
That is
Can't
so
talk or
fucking
interact really,
smart.
but it technically can move around.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
It can move around. Yeah.
It's just a little like companion at this point, like a pet.
It's just a little guy. Little man.
Yay.
Hey,
I
can
love
he be my elemental companion? I
Yeah,
have
can we
that asset.
Can we take them into battle?
You guys are in a desert. How are you going to keep him from thawing out?
Magic.
I'm magic. I am ice magic.
He's
Life
legitimate
finds
magic.
a way.
Yeah.
You do,
Life is
as
chaos.
you guys, life is chaos, indeed. As you guys are kind of like considering this, you do take note that while you guys are in this oasis area, the temperature is significantly less than out in the sands.
While they're
But-
doing that, Luna's actually gonna explore a little bit.
Cough,
She's-
thief.
I don't steal shit.
Fire.
She's gonna explore a little bit because she wants to take a look at these realm doors.
Like somebody push her in and close it off.
You gotta take a look around the ring of gates.
Yes.
Okay. What are you
Hey,
looking
are
for in
we-
particular, if anything?
I'm just generally kind of checking them out, considering the fact that we just kind of multi-realm fucking hopped.
Okay.
Like an hour ago, and now we're standing in this village that just so happens to have multiple doors for different
yeah.
areas and realms. So she is going to be very much like drawn to this shit.
So Luna, go ahead and make a awareness check for me. And anyone else who's curious about this type of thing can make a magic check.
Psych.
I passed my
Can
magic check.
I make a magic check, but at the same
Sure,
time, I
why
also want
not?
to try and like see if I can't tie one of these.
I
as a
can't
portal to
believe
the factory. Get the fuck
I
out,
passed my magic
No, I
check.
did not pass my magic check. Never mind. I
Wait,
lied. I'm
fucking
sorry.
passed.
I failed my fucking magic check, bro.
Wow. Jeez.
Hey, can
So-
I make a cleverness check to try and make one of these a portal to the factory so we can come back?
It wasn't magic, guys. It was awareness.
No, he
No,
said
it was
For
awareness.
Luna,
for
it was
you.
awareness. Everyone else was magic.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
and I'm the
Leon-
only one that passed. Shit.
So, yeah, Leon, you're kind of just perusing the village, starting to get settled in. You kind of are moving to drop your stuff off into the Hall of Druids, kind of take a rest. And you hear Balthazar's voice in the back of your mind. He kind of speaks to you and says, "Well, how was your first trip to the ethereal plane?"
I'm sorry, I blacked out. Can you please say that again? Sorry about that, guys.
Motherfucker,
Getting late.
somewhere else. It's getting late. It's 10 o'clock.
It's late for me. DM, can you please repeat that?
So Balthazar, the ghost dragon that is perpetually assisting you, or basically following you around,
Mhm.
he asked you in the back of your mind, "How was your first trip to the ethereal plane?"
Interesting. Very interesting. I got a magic sword, and I'm very looking forward to using that more.
How the fuck did you get a magic sword?
Don't worry about it.
No, I do have to worry about it. I want something magic. This is bullshit.
He says, "Yes, actually, that might come into play at some point later on down the road. You see, demons in particular, they cannot be slain by normal means. There is a special process that must be undergone in order to fully eradicate them. And if that is what our goal is going to be, we might need some ethereal natured magics in the future."
I'm fully aware of that, and I will definitely, once we finish our business here, I hope to look for more ethereal-based weapons and material.
So with this knowledge in mind, you can make another progress on your legendary track as well.
Looks sweet.
Jesus, Leon out here just fucking clearing progress left and right.
Basically.
Solving riddles, making progress. Leon's having a good old time.
Apparently,
real.
fuck.
So I think he was the only one to have a successful check.
Mhm.
For what? What, the
for
riddle?
No, what we just did
No,
for
for
the
I
magic.
was the only one that passed.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely him. Ugh.
So Luna, looking through these stones, these kind of doorways that are just all around in a ring, you see that there are markings and engravings. These not really runes, but they're almost like pictograms. You see like these concentric circles kind of appearing and overlapping each other all across one set. And on another set, there is these sort of like it almost looks as if the stones are like cracked through and through, but you realize that the cracks don't go through the stone, they are just engraving across the surface in kind of a zigzag sort of pattern. And then again, there's another that has circles with radiating lines stretching out from the center towards the edges of the stone all across it. You're not exactly sure what they mean, but there is these seem to have some sort of magical attunement to different elements.
Now, so with these doors, obviously we see that there's like it's like a realm or whatever on the other side. Can we like see generally, like if like do we see people or things or stuff on the other side, or is it just more like sheer?
Each one of these has its own distinct kind of prism rainbow mirage that you can see just by being up close to it and looking through the doorway, but you don't see anything, beyond that. Just the world that you are living in on the opposite side, slightly distorted by this constant mirage.
Okay. So, is there any way that I can kind of like, instead of going to the hall, can I kind of stay out here and I don't know, like watch them per se, like see if they do anything differently, react any way differently, kind of throughout the evening?
Yeah, you could definitely do that. As everyone is kind of bedding down, you just basically tell everyone else that you'll catch up in a minute. You just kind of want to spend some time outside to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that anyone else wanted to do before the moons pass overhead and the morning comes in the next dawn?
Nah.
And I check like the possibility of setting up a teleporter using like whatever magic is here. That way we can possibly, like, if we need to come back and maybe use these realm gates, we can.
Go ahead and make a cleverness check for me.
Oh yes, please.
Graticus, I love you right now.
I'm so fucking clever. I did it.
Nice. That's not a strong hit though, I bet.
No.
No.
So clever as fuck though.
So, looking at these, you kind of take out like a little device that you use from time to time, basically like a divining rod for arcane energy, and you kind of pass it through this mirage that you see across some of these gates, and as you do so, as you wave it through the air in the middle of the gate, passing through the mirage, it leaves behind it a trail of like light that kind of appears and then dissipates. And the way that the energy flows and the way that the light prisms out into all the different colors, you know that these are more nature-based energies, and you basically pass your hand through one of them, but your hand doesn't like transport to another place. It just gets. It feels like as if you're passing into another element, almost. So, whereas you discern that these are not necessarily portals, but they are a means of energy attunement, like a tuning fork.
Mm. So
I don't know if a tuning fork is. It's almost like a thermometer for the natural energies of the surrounding regions.
Can I siphon energy off to, say, power things?
In the state that it's in, you do not think you'd be able to do that.
Okay. So, teleporter's out. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think siphoning power off the natural elements right now would be a good.
I didn't say it was a good idea. I just said it was an idea.
Okay, if everyone else is all set.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than just
as Luna sits outside and is kind of watching these gates, doorways, what have you, she's also gonna be like reaching out to her patron to chit chat and talk about realm jumping, because
Gotcha.
that was cool.
All right. So as the time passes on and the two other moons of Allocke that you can see tonight appear, one in a crescent and then another in a slightly larger crescent, and the yellow moon, the largest of them, in a big crescent that is just shining brightly. You can see here just the vast depth and enormity of the star formations in the sky. Which even, you guys have been traveling across the world and been in very remote locations relatively recently, but here it seems as if the night sky is just amplified to the nth degree. You could just see arms of the galaxy and nebula drifting overhead. As the moon kind of reaches it, the yellow moon reaches its zenith, you see that one of the gates, the mirage kind of turns a yellowish sort of color. And kind of like the yellow seems to stand out more than the other colors, and it seems as if it's more intense than the other gates in the ring. And as you pass the time again, the moon moves farther until a moon that's reflecting red passes over, and on another gate, a different one, also intensifies in its mirage effect with an emphasis on the red hue. So you can kind of get the sense that the rhythm of the days and the moon and sun cycle, that the natural energies will be amplified for different things at different times.
Gotcha.
You reach out to feel the presence of your patron. What do you say?
Aerothelis, what's your deity's name again?
Starts with a Z.
Zelena.
Zeleneth.
Neanderthal? Zelena.
Diana. That's right.
Zeldish?
It's actually, there you go.
Zeleneth. Okay. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay.
And everyone would have common knowledge that she is of a being of a kind of chaotic nature, that spontaneity and sometimes even disorder are kind of her tendencies, we'll say, or her domain of governance.
Okay, so I'm going to reach out to my patron once I kind of feel the connection, and I'm going to go, so it seems like you and Zeleneth knew each other there.
You feel the voice and the presence kind of creeping to the forefront of your mind. He says, yeah, you could say that. It's complicated.
Seemed a little intense, considering you didn't want me to connect with Malorand, but I'm supposed to protect him.
Yes, I realized that making that connection was important at the time, especially when it got to the point where there was no other choice. But it's not great for me to be known by the deities at large. So if we could prevent that by any means possible in the future, that'd be ideal.
And you don't think Zeleneth is going to speak to the other deities now?
Who knows what she's going to do, quite honestly. She could decide that she's going to keep the information to herself and find a way to manipulate situations to get at me, if you might say. But, yeah, I just don't have the best relationship with them in general.
Mm-hmm. And what am I supposed to be looking for now? as to, I don't know, watch our back? By the sounds of it?
Yes. Let me think on it. There might be something that we'd be able to devise a method of protecting ourselves somehow. You do some digging. Might be some, and you should do some digging too, so I can see what you see. And we might be able to come up with something together.
Well, you know me, I'm always spying. I'm gonna also ask him, what in the hell was that going through the Eternal Realms? And why was it necessary?
Oh, you mean the ethereal plane? Yes.
Ethereal plane, yeah.
Basically, what has happened there was you and Mallorin coincidentally worked together to channel I and Zeleneth's power to cast a spell that normally would be way beyond any of your capabilities normally. You were transported to the ethereal plane, which protected you from physical harm. Unfortunately, those beings in there were not entirely physical. Partially, but not entirely.
And where did they come from? They weren't there when we bedded down in the ruins before. How did
Oh,
they
they were
find us?
there.
Where did they come from?
They were there. They were just trapped. But it seems that someone in your party was a little too curious when they were their subconscious was wandering and poked around in things that they shouldn't have been.
Of course.
So they fuck around and found out, basically. Got it.
Right.
Got it. And who is it that I apparently need to sit down and speak with? As to, I don't know, not poke things
The
they
bear?
don't understand?
You might want to take that up with the ranger.
Got it.
May need to be reined in a little.
I get
He
it.
needs to be taught a lesson.
We need to rein in the ranger. I get it. Very nice.
And what were the beings?
Those were my brethren. Lovely family, huh?
Your brethren. Thought they looked familiar.
Distant cousins, to be honest. They've been locked up for a long time. But yes, I have had the time to surpass their power and was able to protect you from them to a certain extent. However, now that they are free, does not bode well for the future.
The whole future? Or our future?
Yes. All of the above.
Noted. Is it safe to say that they'll be coming after the party and us?
No, to be quite honest, I think they might see that they owe you some sort of favor, so they may be of use to us for a brief moment sometime in the future, though I would expect they would immediately turn around and attempt to kill us.
So,
Kind of it's an interesting dynamic, us with Zeleneth, as she herself kind of mimics the instinctive and impulsive impulses that come across her fancy. Kind of brings this whole two-sided thing into question, if you ask me.
Two-sided thing?
I told you of this divine battleground that we find ourselves enraptured in.
Right. Right. Well, alright then.
Well, seeing as that was a harrowing experience for us all, it's not good to see old relatives you're not particularly fond of. I think we all deserve some rest at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, I think what Luna's gonna basically do at this point. She's just gonna sit outside and continue watching the thingies. Just
Alrighty.
as
The
She's not
jiggers.
Yep, she's not resting. He's good.
Leon is definitely gonna rest.
You hit that hall and probably hit the floor and just they'd carry your ass to bed.
Absolutely.
Take some straw and toss it over him and make him nice and comfy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Can someone read me a bedtime story?
Yeah, I'll read you the science manual that I've been
Oh, that'll
reading.
definitely put me to sleep.
1 second here.
There you go.
Ooh! I remembered something. Jiraxis, by the way, because she's not sleeping. She's gonna fuck around with that knife finally. Damn
Okay.
it,
She's
I've
also-
had it long enough.
Ooh,
She's
interesting.
also going to fuck around and find out.
She is.
You damn right I am.
While she's doing that, and I'm technically reading a bedtime story to Leon, can I ponder and attempt to upgrade the scrap gun?
Yes, I will allow you that opportunity here.
What do you want? Cleverness or intellect?
Cleverness works. And Luna, go ahead and make a charm check for me.
Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah, that passes.
Figures as much. Alright.
Nice.
I passed, bud.
So you had a
Flying
track.
colors.
Did you have a track for that?
I did, but we had completed it,
Okay.
and that was when I got to the current iteration of the scrap gun, so
Okay.
kind of wanting to start anew and get a better scrap gun / new assets for said scrap gun.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So with that success, that's probably a strong hit for you too, isn't it?
I believe it is. You said it was cleverness or intellect? Cleverness?
Cleverness, yep.
My cleverness is a 12. I rolled a
Oh yeah,
5.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
So that's a strong hit.
Yeah, it's under half.
Cool.
Nice.
So message me later, and we can get into the nitty gritty of because you leveled up too, right?
Yes.
Just recently. Yes.
Yeah, that's why I was asking about the
Yep.
asset for the gun.
So message me, and we will have conversations.
Word.
Yeah. You said we got 2 experience tonight, right?
Correct.
So
Good experience.
the other question I had was my world speaker. We didn't really say how many experience did I gain towards that today?
I'm going to give you
15.
2 points of progress towards that.
Okay. So legendary is 3 ticks. So that
Also,
would be
Luna,
Mm-hmm.
having the conversation that you just had, you can mark a progress on your track relating to your patron.
Holy shit!
Damn, bro, we making moves tonight.
Yeah,
Yes.
say we had a lot. I mean, I leveled up plus
Damn.
got an experience.
And with no bullshit fights. Great.
We still ran for our lives.
That'll be next time on this episode of
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
I just had to prove to myself that my system could kill you guys, okay?
Wow.
I'd say you very much succeeded.
Yeah, I
Damn.
actually
Yeah.
I surpassed my own expectations. I was pretty
Damn,
I was pretty pleased.
now I feel like I need to one up you.
Oh man,
Oh my
Hey.
god.
you're working with
I'm tired
You've
of
already
dying.
proven that you can kill people. I don't know why you need to one up
Yeah.
anybody.
Lilyfoot is struggling.
So yeah, I'm running through the testing phases of an entirely new rule system, whereas
I
you
know,
have
you're
a
good.
predefined.
Dude, actually, I was going to get with you about that. I eventually want to create my own system for an RPG similar to like yours.
Okay.
Maybe even just using your rule set, but different, like, I guess, different setting.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that would totally work. I am currently, even just earlier today, I was making some progress on developing the path and skill tree for each of the different classes, quote unquote. And I've kind of refined the rules in a way so that you can kind of pick and choose all across the tree a little bit to kind of
that'd be sick.
build multi-class as you choose.
Nice.
So
All
I
right.
am as I told this to a few of the people that we played with already, but once the beta version of the Traveler's Tome is ready, I will, and I roll that out to you guys.
Really? You.
Everybody will be able to completely respec their character as they port into the new sheet.
Ooh.
Oh,
Fancy.
nice. Yes, I gotta definitely fix some of these stats over here.
Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. You be
Yeah.
you be struggling, dude.
Yes, anything that's not might is like, I'm basically
No,
dying over here.
you fit the stereotype of the typical dumb barbarian.
Yeah.
He plays it very well.
Yep. If
Absolutely.
you can't
Fucking
break it, you're
grog.
not interested.
Unless he's on the ethereal plane, and then this motherfucker's just
Yeah, all of a sudden he's a
Word.
genius.
You put me there. I'm like the golden child.
Because the ethereal plane doesn't know how to handle the violence that you bring.
Right. It's like, well,
Somehow
he
swaps
can't
his
be as
violence
strong,
for,
so I guess it has to be his mind.